All right, yo. Let's just get this Final Destination 6 review out of the way. Look, as y'all know, I saw the early viewing of Final Destination yesterday after work. I saw it and I'm gonna go ahead and skip to the end of it. It was good. It was a good movie. If you want to see it, you should definitely see it. You're not gonna be disappointed in the movie. I think the movie was good, but not great. Okay, hear me out. Anybody remember when those of y'all who watch a lot of wrestling? Anybody remember like Prime Triple H and Prime Undertaker had presence? I mean, when they first came out, it was like the greatest thing. But anybody remember WrestleMania 28, I believe, when they faced each other? And then it was like, okay, this is noticeably bad. I mean, Triple H is noticeably slower. Undertaker, I mean, he's doing the things, but it's just, it's not the same, you know? They're hitting the moves and they're doing the finishing moves, and you notice where you're supposed to be wowed and you're supposed to feel something, but it's like, I mean, I think they're a little too old now. So you're looking at this match like, all right, Triple H, it was nice, it was nice, but I think the time is done. Okay, and you're looking at Undertaker the same way, but like at 7-2, who's gonna tell Undertaker to retire? He'll retire whenever he feels like it. Anyway, the point is, yeah, they had their time, but sooner or later it just catches up with everybody. It's time to, yeah, let it go. That's how I feel about the Final Destination franchise now. I feel like it was good. It was good in its time, but I think it's time to let it go. Ultimately, Final Destination 6 felt like it didn't actually need to happen. Like what happened in 5, how that went down, the circle around, the way they wrapped it all up and made it into like a whole circle type of deal. It felt like that was a great close to the show. But then they made Final Destination 6, and this just feels really unneeded. I mean, there are some good things about the movie, but there are also some just a lot of unneeded stuff about the movie. Um, I'll say this: the music, uh, it felt like it set the tone. It's kind of like if you made a movie called Pyromaniac and the theme of the movie was burning down the house. And you're like, oh, they're going to play Burning Down the House? Well, something was about to happen if they play that. That's kind of like how the music was in this movie. I mean, it'll, it felt like the music was setting up the next scene in this movie. The action, I mean, the action is there. The action is there, but it feels to me like if you've seen one Final Destination movie, you've seen them. You've seen them all. Okay? Death is, it's like they got this formula going on with Final Destination. It's a good formula, but sooner or later it's going to wear thin. And just like this movie, Death was supposed to get a group of people, but it didn't get it the first time, and a premonition happened, and now it's like Death has to go down this checklist and check people off one by one in the order they were supposed to die. Same formula, it works, but at the point of Final Destination 6, it gets a little tiring. The kills in this movie, they're good. They're good. But after after 5 other Final Destinations, you see the kills in 6, and it's like, okay, that's good. That's good. You did that. Okay. Oh, that was a good kill. It's this connected to this. This made that happen, and that set up this kill. That was good. That was good. I liked it. Good job. That's how it feels watching the kills at a Final Destination 6 level. Like after you've seen Final Destination 1 through 5, it's gets to the point where it's like, okay, all right, we've seen this before. This is good, and I'll pay for it, but it's nothing that's gonna be like, wow, I've never seen this ever before in my entire life. You don't get that feeling in Final Destination 6. Me personally, now this is just me. I enjoyed Final Destination 5 the best. 6 just felt unneeded. Now I'm gonna watch it, of course, because Tony Todd, and that's like the only part that makes this C grade movie up to a B. Tony Todd, and which is weird because one of the characters in the movie, Death said she was supposed to die of cancer, and like her character was supposed to die of cancer, and then you think, what did Tony Todd actually die of in real life? And now it's like, okay, maybe we got a little exorcist stuff going on where people are actually dying on set, and it's getting a little eerie. But yeah, the kills were decent. The music kind of set up the scenes. The settings were good. I tell you what, I did like the safe house setting. That was creepy as crap. Oh my goodness, that was a really creepy set that they made. There's this whole bunker type of safe house that's in the movie, and that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool, like a whole safe space from death that they had in there. That was pretty good. I tell you, there is one thing that did separate this movie from the rest of the movies. It's in this movie, it did beg the question better than all the other movies. It begged the question, is it worse? Which is worse? Actually dying one of these Final Destination deaths, or surviving? Now, I never thought to ask that question in any other Final Destination movie, but in this movie, it did put that thought into your mind. What would it be like to actually successfully survive one of these Final Destination scenarios? Like if you just straight up survive, what is your life like? How is your mental thinking now? What's your brain like now if you survive something like this? How paranoid must a person be if they survive like a Final Destination scenario? So it does beg the question, is it worse to just die, or is it actually worse to survive one of these scenarios and now you got to live your life constantly paranoid? It does beg that question. Um, let's see. There is another loop type of deal that they did much better in Final Destination 5, where they made Final Destination 5 into a loop movie where it's actually the prequel to the first movie. And they made it into a whole loop. And when that first came out, we were like, wow, that's so freaking cool how they made everything connected. That was so cool. And it was in Final Destination 5. But in 6, no, it's not as cool. It wasn't as artistic. It wasn't as imaginative. The whole death going down the bloodlines thing, which is why the title is called that. The whole Death trying to kill off entire bloodlines thing, it wasn't as imaginative. It works. I see what you did there. I see the logic in it. It wasn't as good as making the loop in Final Destination 5. All in all, the kills were okay. The music was pretty imaginative. The characters, they were good. Uh but I gotta say the movie just felt unneeded. It really did feel unneeded. So by itself, I would give it a high C grade, like a high C. But because Tony Todd's in it, I'll bump it up to a B. You know, I'll bump it up to not a high B, not a low B, but just a flat B grade. So yeah, that's how I felt about the movie. It was uh, it's enjoyable, but ultimately unneeded, and that's how I felt about Final Destination.